Okay, good morning. Not much on the log today. They did have one thing that's the big thing, but everything else is kind of small, but that's the weapons violation. This call happened about 9:30 yesterday morning. We had a 14-year-old girl that showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound to her leg. It ended up being non-life-threatening injuries. She was treated and then released from the hospital. There was some information that we learned. I guess we have a lot of other questions, and probably the biggest thing is we're not getting a whole lot of cooperation from the victim. She talked to the officers, gave some information, but there's more stuff that's missing, and we're investigating it, but we're getting not a whole lot of cooperation, which means not a whole lot of information. So we've got some information to follow up on, but suffice to say, we have not made any arrests at this point. The shooting took place inside an apartment in the 600 block of North Cleveland Avenue. Sounds like she knows the person that fired the gun. She said it was accidental, but we haven't talked to that person. We haven't, like I said, got a whole lot of information. So there's some more work to do on this one. I think that's really all about that I have right now.
Was it just one gunshot?
Just the one, yeah. As far as we know, it was just one gunshot. She was saying that it was accidental, but we don't know. We haven't identified everybody that was in the apartment at the time, and we don't really know what was happening before the gunshot took place. Information that she has, but she was pretty limited in the details that she would provide.
You said she went to the hospital herself?
There was some friends took her to the hospital. One of them stayed there, and so we talked to that friend, but there was another person that had left. And so, like I said, we've tracked down some people, identified others. We just have more work to do, and it makes it difficult to investigate crimes like this when you don't get a lot of cooperation from the victims, and the victims have more information but choose not to share it for whatever reason. The other stuff on the log is, like I said, not so much big stuff. The one assault is a domestic. The burglary, we had a couple of storage units that were entered. It was somebody who was trying to steal a game console and then was scared away. No arrests on that one. The counterfeit was a fake 20 that was passed. The disorderlies, a couple of trespassings there. Somebody gave a fake name and then another simple assault. The family offenses were reports and protection order violations. Frauds were credit cards and ID thefts. The larcenies, I know yesterday I talked about a couple of cars that were outside fitness places. Those were on the log there. That was near 85th and Minnesota. We just had those two reports. In one of the reports, one of the victims mentioned that there was a car that was next to them, so that would have been the third one, but we still haven't got a report from that third victim. And we didn't hear of any other break-ins to cars on those.
Those ones happened in 85th Minnesota.
Yeah, both of those were outside 85th Minnesota.
That's where that third one presumably was.
Yes, it was, yeah, because we had the two reports from two victims, and one of the victims mentioned that the car next to her car had the window broken as well, but we didn't get any calls from that other victim. The other larcenies, a couple of other unlocked cars, packages, bill skips, nothing real big on those. Sex offense, that was a sex offender, didn't change his address. The simple assaults were more domestics. The unattended death, there was 3 of those, nothing suspicious with those. And the vandalisms were cars basically, had some car windows broken out. Somebody had their car tampered with, and then another was at a car wash. Somebody tried to break into the coin slot on that one, but that's it. That's all I have, unless you guys have anything else.
So for yesterday's vandalism with the fitness centers in Southwest Sioux Falls, have you guys been able to contact the fitness centers to get surveillance?
I don't know if they had it. Sometimes they have it outside, sometimes they don't. Let me see if there's a mention in that. Oh, you know what? These didn't. These were both online reports that were made by the victims, so the detectives will have to get hold of the fitness place and find out if they have it. So a lot of the time, the officers, when they're taking that report, they look around to see if there's cameras, and then sometimes they'll note that, sometimes they'll try to talk to management, and other times, in a case like this, if somebody files an online report, then the detective will have to get hold of the business to find out if they have any surveillance video.
Any update on the arson from yesterday?
No, I don't. Let me. I don't think we had anything new, but I just want to double check quick. Looks like the fire inspector said there was nothing suspicious or nothing that indicated arson. And I guess I'm not sure if the detective was running into some problems trying to find out if the person inside the car is still in the hospital or not. So yeah, I think our part of this is probably going to be done, since there was didn't seem like there was any mechanical or electrical issues. Or, I'm sorry, it says that the fire appears to be either mechanical or electrical. So since there wasn't any crime, any arson related, looks like we're going to be done investigating that. And I think the victim was still in the hospital, but we don't have an update on that.
You know how old they were at all? Does it say at all?
Let me see. The person that was in the car is 36 from Sioux Falls. Anything else? Okay, thank you.